MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper and TireRack.com.
Hello and welcome to MotorWeek. I'm glad you're with us. No doubt about it, these are times that try car makers' souls. It seems like car sales are up one month, down the next. And with the recent oil glut and lower gas prices, buyers want larger cars once again, just when the manufacturers were about to phase them out. But those lower fuel prices have also sparked a return to cars with a sporting image. We always like to keep up with the times, of course, so this week we look at a couple of current examples. First, from GM, it's the Oldsmobile Firenza S Coupe, and way up at the other end of the scale, the Mercedes-Benz 380 SL Roadster. Pat Goss weighs in with some advice for a couple of viewers, and Joyce Braga is back from the auto shows with some sporty-looking Chrysler show cars. But first, let's see what GM has been doing to restore its J-car reputation. Well, as we see it, the General Motors J-body car is the leading contender for most improved car for 1983. We've already seen the dramatic comparison between this year's and last Cadillac Cimarron. But has the same improvement in details, handling, and power been applied to the more rank-and-file varieties? And can these improvements help reshape an image already so tarnished that competitors have dubbed the J-cars Jedsels? Well, we want to find out. So we recruited from Oldsmobile the sportiest looking of the J-cars, this Firenza S Coupe. At a $7,000 base price and $9,800 as our tested price, here's what we found. Among all the J-cars, including the Chevrolet Cavalier, Buick Skyhawk, Pontiac 2000, and of course the Cimarron, the Olds Firenza has some of the most attractive front sheet metal. It must be the quad headlights above the waterfall grille, an Olds trademark, that makes it expensive looking. All in all, a rather large and modern front drive compact. The slick styling is reminiscent of the Toyota Corolla hatchback, a car that figured heavily in the S Coupe's development. Paying close attention to Toyota has also paid off in the quality of fit and finish. On the exterior, it was without fault. The large rear hatch supports itself on twin gas struts. It can be ordered with a window shade-like cargo cover for added security. But that high rear sill can be tough for loading really heavy bags, and the steep slope of the glass limits the number of bulky items you can get in there. But fold the split rear seats forward, and the S Coupe can be a versatile car for the family that wants sporty looks but needs practicality. Our S Coupe came with a lot of options, but all Firenza interiors are well appointed. That includes reclining bucket seats that were very comfortable and found lacking only in under leg support. But the driver's position drew more mixed reviews. Tall drivers have to recline the seat to get decent headroom. At that point, the steering wheel is a little too far away, so you opt for the alternative, bowed legs. For short drivers, the steering wheel is too close, but all other controls are out of reach. Plus, low seating means you can't see over the high dash, just like the laid-back cars of the 1960s with their long hoods and hot engines. Once you manage to get set, an extremely attractive, well-laid-out dash is before you. Ours had the optional gauge package that was clear and complete. For creature features, you can add a pair of folding door pockets for extra storage, and find lots of uses for this nook below the radio, just right for maps or packs. Up on top of the dash, a covered toll coin holder and money clip. Nice touches that have been owed to American consumers for a long time. If you're familiar with the Firenza, at this point you're saying, so what else is new? The answer, look under the hood. Behold the optional 1.8-liter overhead cam 4 imported from GM Brazil. Complete with throttle body fuel injection, it can be had with an automatic or, as in this case, a fine 5-speed overdrive manual. It gives the Firenza a significant improvement in performance, even if it's still not lightning quick. GM likes to talk about performance in terms of instant off-the-line acceleration. But over a longer run, say the standard 0 to 60, a time of 14.5 seconds is still only at the poorer end of average. But the 84 horsepower engine, which becomes very noisy above 4,500 RPM, does have good mid-range power. It executed a very reasonable time of 5.5 seconds in a passing exam from 40 to 55 miles per hour. That's the kind of surge that most owners can understand and utilize. The front McPherson struts and coil spring beam axle rear give the Firenza S competent handling for most emergencies. Actually, even without the optional sports suspension package, maneuverability is far above what one could expect from an American family car just a few years ago. Front-end plow is moderate despite soft springs, and body roll is minimal. Unfortunately, the quick rack and pinion steering is hampered by a power assist pump that's just too slow to respond. Such jerky steering is further hurt by the standard radials. These tires have very low rolling resistance for great mileage, but their rubber compounds are not suited for superior handling. In a high-speed avoidance test, though, the back end did stay put as the gutsy motor pulled the 2,570-pound hatchback smoothly through the cones. The total package, which provides an American compact, jar-free ride, will suit most owners quite well. As for brakes, they seem well balanced, far less touchy than the other power disc drums we've seen from GM. Panic stops from 55 miles per hour averaged a short 134 feet. Good pedal pressure, no fade, and no rear-end twitch through multiple stops. There was some back tire lockup, but not enough to fear. The Firenza Coupe has a well-proportioned system that a few other cars could use. It must be obvious by now that GM has paid a lot of attention to details on the Olds Firenza. Lots of sound insulation meant a very quiet 68 decibels of noise at 55. Base price for the S Coupe is $7,007, with our car totaling $9,823. About the only thing somewhat overrated about the Firenza is mileage. The EPA rates the 1.8-liter 5-speed at 28 city, 46 highway. Our MotorWeek Urban Loop produced 31 during the sub-freezing test period, a figure that seems to jive with what we hear from owners. But since every car hits every driver from a different perspective, let's find out what some of our test crew thinks of the Firenza S Coupe.
I like the small. I was impressed very much by the plush and handsome interior. Much like a 98 Regency inside, the Firenza offers traditional Oldsmobile owners classy big car luxury surroundings in a smaller package.
I was surprised and pleased at the improvement in the fit and finish of this Olds Firenza J car. With its straight seams, quality paint, and quiet ride, this is the way all production cars should be built.
In sum, a nice, good-looking car. Mileage is lower than advertised, but not disappointingly so. Quality is evident at every turn. A good mix of sport and practicality that's moderately fun. And for such an improved car, we'd like to suggest a new nickname for the Firenza S Coupe and its kin, where J now stands for just about right.